class. First question, please.
First question for Brandon. Brandon, when I spoke to you earlier this week, I asked you about your opponent, and you said you're viewing him as just another guy, and this is just another fight. Now that we're here, less than 48 hours away at the MGM, where so many historic fights have taken place, is the magnitude, he has the belts in front of them, does he just feel like another guy, and does this still just feel like another fight for you?
Absolutely. It's like I said before, it's a wonderful opportunity being here. Zuffa's done a great job, but an opponent is an opponent. Obviously, he's the man who everybody's looking at, so it's like that. To get something you never had, you got to do something you never done. You got to beat who they don't think you can beat. So that's just what it is. It's part of the business.
And then question for Jai. Like I said, we're here at the MGM where so many historic fights have taken place. You have the belts there in front of you. You've been in big fights. Does this feel like the biggest fight of your career?
Yeah, sure. It's another huge fight. It's a big arena. I'm just happy to be here, bro. It's a big chapter in the boxing world, and to have my last name here, a part of it, I'm proud to be here. We got a tough challenge in front of us. We've prepared for a tough challenge. Let's get it on.
And then one more for Jai. Your opponent is coming in as a massive underdog. You're a minus 1,400 favorite. Do you feel that Brandon is being overlooked?
I don't look at him as an underdog at all. It's fair go. You know what I mean? I've trained very hard for him. I'm expecting a Brendan that I haven't seen yet. I've prepared for a Brendan I haven't seen yet. The best version of him. Because like he said, this is his time to change his life and become a world champion. So this is what it takes. I know what it takes. I know how deep we got to dig. So let's get in the trenches.
Next question right over here in the back for Jai. Marcos Viegas with Fight Hub TV. Jai, I guess the question on every boxing fan's mind is, will the IBF title be on the line this Sunday?
Yes, it will be. Don't listen to everything you see on the internet, man, because everyone's spreading rumors. But I'm very grateful that the boys have, been on board. It's my dream to become undisputed, and unless everyone works together towards that dream, I can't accomplish that.
Was it difficult to be able to get to the point to get the IBF on board with it? Like, can you let us know a little bit about getting it to this point to be on the line on Sunday?
All that matters is it's on the line now. I've got a job to do. On the 8th, without winning, it all becomes a fantasy. So we've got a job to do in 2 days. We've got to make sure we get that done.
This question is for Brandon. Brandon, right here in the back. Just what are some takeaways that you had from Jai in that last performance he had back in December?
Hey, you know what? Everybody saw the same thing I saw. You don't watch opponents to. You don't look for mirror images. You look for tendencies. So, only thing I took away is that he did his job. That's it.
Where would becoming Zuffa Boxing champion rank amongst your accomplishments in the sport?
Man, it's a new chapter in boxing. It's something to be very proud of. This is I feel like my last name, being a part of a new chapter and starting something new, it makes an impact. You know what I mean? And especially for people down my neck of the woods as well, to give them opportunities and stuff like that, man. I'm fucking excited, bro.
And just one outside the fight, if you allow. Two guys you know well, Dana White and Eddie Hearn, seem to be both down a box. Who do you have in that if that ever happens?
I don't know, man. Well, hopefully it does happen. It would be good entertainment.
Over here, question for Jai and Brandon. This is the first time we're seeing the Zuffa Boxing title belt. What are you guys' reaction to it, and what would it mean to you guys both to add that one to the trophy case?
It's spectacular. That's a beautiful belt. I could care less what people on the internet are saying. Zuffa's coming in and doing their job. I tell you what, I've been treated better at Zuffa than anywhere else. So, belt to match is beautiful.
You know, the belts to me, it's more the title, being a Zuffa champion. You know, these things are just material, you know, like they sit in my house and collect dust. You know, they sit on the wardrobes and stuff, so it's more being a Zuffa champion, being a world champion, having your last name up there, that's what I chase.
Then for Jai, obviously a few events into Zuffa Boxing, but you are one of those guys that clearly was brought in to put a real head of steam behind this thing and really give it a lot of momentum and that jolt they're looking for. Is that extra pressure going into this one that, hey, this is someone we want to bring even a bigger audience when he fights?
I've always had the pressure. You know, I've been carrying my nations on my back for the last couple of years. You know, the pressure is not new to us, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Our back just gets stronger and we charge forward.
For you, and Jai, I have one for you as well. Brandon, I'll start with you. You're known as being bulletproof. What makes you bulletproof? And do you feel like Jai's power poses a challenge for you?
You know what? At the top level, everybody can punch. Everybody got speed. Everybody, they've been here before. But being bulletproof is more of a mindset. Obviously, you've seen me fight, so yeah, I can take a great shot. But being bulletproof is a mindset. Being bulletproof in your integrity, your training, your eating habits, how you treating people. So it's more of a goal for us to get to, for everybody to be bulletproof. When you're fighting and you know what it is, you gotta take the shot. It's power. Like I say, everybody can punch. It's not. It's nothing new. The better you get, or the higher level you're at, you get a bigger, stronger puncher want to knock your head off. That's it. It doesn't change.
Thank you very much. And Jai, I have the same question for you, but in reverse. You know, you have the power of Samoa behind you, and I'm also part Samoan, so very proud that you're going to be representing tomorrow night. What do you feel makes you a dangerous fighter for Brandon? And also, do you feel like he poses a challenge to you with his style?
Talofa. Yeah, of course. He got heaps of threats. Of course he does. Like he said, we can all punch in this division. You know, everyone's dangerous. So we just got to fight smart and do what we do.
Thank you very much. And anything you would like to say to all your fans here that are supporting you?
Man, like I keep saying, man, I'm honored to be here. You know, there's two halves of it. You know, there's that half that's just so grateful and so honored. And then the other half that's just like, bro, let's fucking go. You know what I mean? So we're here to do a job. Let's get this shit done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.